Hey guys, we just watched episode 4, Last of the Starks. And wow, Amjad, I don't know. A lot of shit went down. Let's start off. What did you guys think?
I liked it. I liked the episode overall. It's weird. After last week's debacle,
That's what we're calling
Controversy.
I'm kind of struggling. Like, I liked a lot of what this episode did, and now watching this, it reminds me what I liked about Game of Thrones. It was never the Night King. It was never all that bullshit that they kept wasting our time with. Now we go back to what we like.
Cersei.
But I have a hard time giving the show a lot of credit because I literally feel like I was duped. So I'm kind of annoyed by the show and the show writers and the showrunners and everyone at this point that I like this episode. I'm just still kind of annoyed about last week and everything that they did leading up to this. And as much as there are some great moments, it felt very awkward at times, and you can feel them trying to move certain characters in certain directions to maybe work for the plot in a certain way, but in a way that might not necessarily make sense either to that character or to what we know of them. But I liked it. Very good. Way better than last week.
Yeah. We'll get back
I'm just
on
still
that.
kind of mixed on Game of Thrones in general.
Yeah. You.
Yeah, if putting last week's episode and how they tied up that arc that I was very vocal about, that I did not like how they tied up the Night's King arc or the White Walkers arc, which I liked personally. Like, I liked that part of the story. I'm not like you weren't a fan of it since day one.
Yeah.
I always loved probably my favorite episode is Hard Home, like Jon versus the Night King. That's one of my favorite scenes ever in the Game of Thrones. But putting that aside, I agree with Anthony completely. This reminds me why I love Game of Thrones. The intricate characters, character relationships, the cool fan moments, Sansa sitting back with the Hound and him calling her little bird. But some stuff is just weird. And I'm going to list them out because
Later
I think,
on or no?
I mean, yeah, we can start with the weird. I like the episode. It's a very solid episode.
And you loved it, right? You already told us.
Yeah, I loved it a lot.
You started with wow, so I think
Wow.
wow.
But I have to admit something. This episode was so good. Episode.
That's what that was? People
Yeah,
say
yeah,
episode?
yeah.
I get you now, people. Now I get you.
Sorry.
He's a Frenchie, so
Not that, I don't know. Anyway,
Episode, you said
l'épisode était no, okay.
Yeah.
The episode was so good. It made episode 3 very underwhelming. Like,
Oh, now you think it's underwhelming?
yeah, because I just thought, I was like, okay, I got a lot of emotions during this 1 hour and 20 minutes, way more than episode
the first
3.
scene got me emotional. Like the funeral,
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
God damn. Like,
So-
now I feel the weight of what happened. Because while I was watching what happened, it was like a weird-ass,
Yeah, you feel actually.
wrestling
Yeah,
match.
Last time we were like, no, more people should have died, and the first scene I was like, wait, a lot of people died.
Yeah, it puts
Yeah,
the
it
weight
hits
of,
you.
when you see fucking Ghost.
Yeah. Oh.
And he's all like,
He lost an ear, little ghost lost an
He's
ear.
Little
limping.
He's not little anymore.
The thing is, when you see that scene, to go a 90 degree to what we want to talk about, Ghost.
Okay.
Right? You see that scene, and you see how poor Ghost.
Yeah.
He suffered so much. Then you remember why he suffered, and it's dumb.
Because they
Why
sent him in
did
with a
they
Dothraki.
send a dog? He can bite. Okay, he's we've seen what's his name, Winter or Summer.
Yeah, the other one.
Summer got his ass tore up by
Yeah,
four
yeah.
walkers.
Yeah.
This guy has anyway, how they dealt with some characters like Ghost, Braun.
Yeah,
It
Bronn
was weird.
Yeah.
It was like, what are they doing?
Let's recap what happened and
Sure.
comment on everything.
I took some notes, the episode, so it starts off with the burial.
Yeah.
Right? We're look some final looks at Sir Jorah.
Lyanna, Ed, and who died?
Beric,
Beric, yeah, so
Theon.
everyone's out there together,
Okay.
they're lighting the bodies on fire.
Something I said, speaking of that episode, so we had go step by step. I really don't believe in Sansa and Theon's.
Yeah, it's not a nice
that was too
arc.
much.
Yeah,
Romance?
Yeah,
Not romance.
And the thing
Just
that was
the passion behind their relationship.
Yeah, it shouldn't be passionate. It should be more like great.
Like her crying, Jon should be crying. Like Theon was Jon's best friend. What?
I think she was in such a bad place with
But
Bolton
didn't you feel they're
when
just-
he freed her. Like it was, and she knew all the shit that he had gone through. I don't know. Like when they reunited in the last like 2 episodes ago.
It was
I really
cute.
bought that.
Okay,
I
but
got
it's not
emotional.
something you build on that much.
You know how they had like they were
It was just a
matching
small
each
moment.
character with one character crying
Yeah.
to him.
Yeah.
Like it felt matchy. Like somebody's crying for Theon.
Somebody's
Somebody's
crying
crying
But
for
for
it would
Lyanna.
have been equally weird if John was crying for Theon, though. I would've
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
So-
No, it's
If
like
you had to
Jon
pick
is
between
his
John
best-
and Sansa, I think Sansa. It didn't bother me.
I just have an issue with these relationships that came kind of
Late.
in retrospect.
Yeah.
Especially, this is not in the episode, but they did that, and I think they're doing that as a habit now. Like Sansa and Tyrion.
Yeah.
Like maybe I should have stayed married to
Yeah.
you, and they're like we could have made a couple. They had zero chemistry. He
Yeah.
never shown interest. He always treated her
Well,
like
they never
a little
interacted
girl.
for like the
Yeah.
past 5 seasons or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's like, should I have stayed married to you? And they hint at it, and they kind of flirt. I'm like, dude, that's if
No, I would like them to start dating like in the future. I liked the fact that they were maybe hinting at a potential relationship. I'm totally down
or
for
like
that.
divided loyalties. Yeah, because
And like they find themselves after all this time apart, after all this shit has happened to both of them, like, hey, maybe we should give
Yeah.
this another proper shot.
Yeah.
Because the first time too, like Sansa didn't want to be with Tyrion. Now it would be her choice.
and Tyrion didn't want to be with Sansa. He
Yeah,
loved
yeah.
with
yeah.
Shay. Yeah, Shay.
Then there's a party. Everyone's gathered in a hall. They're drinking
Awesome.
mead.
Yeah.
They're drinking wine.
That party
This-
is exactly like Factory Friday every Friday. It's like drunk people like making out.
Excuse me.
Sorry for Factory. No, so it's like random drunk people hooking up and
Probably
being-
my favorite scene.
No,
Yeah.
it was actually a really nice scene.
Everybody was horny as fuck in that hall, man. Everybody's
Exactly.
getting laid.
Except the Hound.
Except he didn't want to. He could have, but like Tormund got shot away by Brienne.
Yeah.
He found someone. Genji tried to get some. Gendry and Arya is over, ladies and gentlemen. Garya, what was that?
Garya
Did
was
we have a
not.
name for that? Garya's over.
Because Arya, they didn't tell us that they made Arya Batman. She's Batman. She's literally Batman.
Yeah,
They're pushing that way too
Yeah.
much. Like
Yeah.
She's not.
the
They don't
meme,
want to
like,
make her human
She's
anymore.
too badass.
It sucks that
She's
and it-
throwing. She's like a doucher, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
like-
she's drinking
Yeah.
beer. She's throwing arrows.
Okay.
Like, what are you doing, bro? I'm celebrating. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just like, dude, you know, go hang out.
Yeah.
Then she's worried about the throne. Like, are you a Batman? Like, she's too much.
She's not. She's a robot.
They dehumanized all the Starks.
Exactly, and it's not fun anymore. Maybe Sansa. Sansa has a lot of human and
She's the
sass
most
in
human,
her.
I guess, right now.
But yeah,
Speaking of sass, in that hall, there's a lot of side eye between
With
Sansa and
Sansa.
Daenerys. They keep looking at each other dirty, giving each other some dirty looks.
Looking
they
at
both want the
Jon.
job.
Looking at Jon, and then
And John is trying like,
but Dany plays it smart, and she makes Gendry Lord of Storm's End.
Yeah.
Lord of Storm's End, so that gets her a new
because
ally.
he's a Baratheon.
He's a
Yeah.
Baratheon.
So instead of like
Against-
crushing the opponent or the guy she wanted to, he's technically her usurper's son.
Yes.
So she's supposed to be filled with rage
She's doing
against
what
him.
Tyrion told her. Like,
Yeah.
make your like enemies
He's
love
Robert.
you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now you have a lord that's your.
But that's
That's
not working
way too-
for her. I don't see her.
Because there's nobody at Storm's End. It's like all these,
Nobody
all these
cares.
northern towns are like.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be like,
Deserted.
okay, there's nobody here.
Yeah.
He tried to take Arya, but she didn't have it.
There's a very one important scene that foreshadows sort of what we're going to expect in the rest of the episode is a part where Daenerys is sitting on the side and she sees Jon and like a bunch of the men like Tormund and the other guys complimenting him, saying how cool he is that he rode a dragon, saying that like people will follow him into battle and stuff like that. She starts getting very nervous because she knows who Jon really is, and that sort of starts.
And they call John like, you're a king.
Yeah.
You're a king. and-
I'm gonna get backlash at this, but I feel like this episode had a lot of only men can rule versus no, you don't need a cock to rule thing, and it's kind of nice that they're pushing for.
They balanced it out pretty well. I
They're
think
pushing
they-
for this. The show has had nothing but female rulers for like the last 5 seasons or something.
Yeah, I know, but this
Yeah.
episode was like, yeah, you don't need to be a lot of old northern people want Jon to be king because he's a guy, and everyone's saying like, no, you can be.
Honestly, the show didn't even need to say that because they've done
Yeah.
such a good job of showing us. They've shown us
all
female
the
leaders.
literally
As soon
all
as
the leaders were female.
as
Like,
soon as they said it, honestly, that
It's-
became pandering, and
Yeah.
that felt very Disney. And so
Captain Marvel.
you don't need to say it because we felt it. And the fact that you said that, this episode just lost some points.
No.
Boom, it lost points. For pandering, never
I
pander.
don't even want to discuss that because I think I agree
Yeah.
with Anthony. They were doing a great job.
And-
The fact that I don't know if it's such a good look that the man is like the most sane, better ruler.
Yes, and we were talking about that. We
But
thought that
regardless,
would
if
be.
it's I want it to be, if it's the man that's better than two women, then it should be because there's no
I'm
difference.
Yeah,
not
what's wrong
saying-
with
no, I'm
that?
What's wrong with that?
Are we not allowed to say that men and women are equal?
Good
No.
white man.
That's not what I meant.
Huh, Brie Larson? We should stop. We keep Marvel out of this. Anywho, let's continue.
Move on.
Tormund gets laid. That's in my notes. All right, good job, Tormund. The Hound has a nice moment with Sansa.
He hits on
Brienne.
before he gets laid. He hits on Brienne and he gets shut down.
Tormund,
Yeah.
yeah, that was really funny.
And
It's kind of sad though, because I'd rather see Brienne
and you had that
Tormund.
moment with the Hound. He's like he took it away
Right.
from him.
Took it away from me, this man from the north.
Don't touch me.
Jamie and Brienne have a cool moment. So Jamie walks up. So Brienne leaves the hall. Jamie follows her.
undresses her, have sex with her, but
They have sex. They sleep together. That was nice. They're
really
two
was
character-
it wasn't like a relationship I wanted to see on screen.
No, I did. I've been wanting to see them together since like season 2 or 3, whenever they
I
were
think
paired together.
I don't know what it is that I was never. I'm happy for him because also he's a dude who only slept with his sister.
Yeah.
She's a virgin.
Mm-hmm.
He's technically a virgin. Like only sleeping with your sister does not make you.
But
You
he
know?
got like
Yeah.
4.
He's got a bunch of
He
kids.
got her 4 times
Yeah.
pregnant.
No, I mean
so I
he
think
had
it's
sex with her a lot, but I mean
Yeah.
he's mentally a virgin. He's never been with somebody else besides
Yeah.
this conniving, controlling freak of a person.
exactly.
Yeah.
Joe said
Thank you,
bitch.
sir.
She's a bitch.
She's a horrible bitch.
Um,
So I don't mind. They're tragic figures.
Yeah, if you can't
It
buy
is.
them together, maybe the point was to show him the kind of life he could have had, but then at the end of the
Yeah,
episode, he
he
chooses
does
to
not
return to
have-
King's Landing. So
That's what's heartbreaking.
it's to tease us. It's like, this is what they could have had, but
they're not.
they're going to pull it away from us.
Okay.
Maybe, probably in the next
He was
episode.
not staying at fucking King's Landing. Like,
No, yeah.
No,
that's-
no, he's
Bye.
supposed to be.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
So John and Dany have their first confrontation
Yeah, when
after
I
that
needed that scene.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I
You were
needed
rooting
to
for
know.
that scene.
No, because I kept calling the show the OC because it's like you
They
need
were
to talk.
avoiding.
Like you're evading each other and you need to solve this shit.
Yeah.
And despite guessing where they're gonna take it, I don't mind how they did it.
Okay, it's just
Because
fine.
they
It's-
took- where we
Look,
thought.
I'm
Yeah.
happy they're giving us some kind of twist. All the letdown of the Night King.
it was not a letdown.
Where's Bran? Is this Bran?
Yeah.
All the letdown of the Night King. I'm sorry, he fell. All the letdown of the Night King.
It's okay.
He made a wheelchair for himself. Yeah.
Boom, Bran's back.
He created a wheelchair this
Yeah,
episode.
new
That
way.
was just. He did something. If you want to remember Bran, like
He
you
had-
remember
he
great
pimped up-
characters in The Wire.
He built the ship.
He pimped his
in
ride.
Spartacus and fucking Breaking Bad. Bran built a wheelchair.
Okay.
That's what I wanna-
But
That's what he did.
After all that bullshit, I'm glad to see that the show is still going to have some sort of twist. It's not going to be as straightforward as we thought we would. Danny versus John sounds like
And
something I
love
want to
the
see.
setup.
Yeah.
I wanna
love
see
her
that.
looking into his face and saying, "Promise me."
You,
Like
you won't tell
it's
them.
so petty
Yeah,
of her.
yeah.
And, and
But
he's
it
such a,
shows
like, but
that-
I love you.
But it really shows that what she wants is the throne.
That's
She
it.
she says that she loves John, but she loves the throne way
But if they do this
more.
right, if they do this, remember in Troy when Brad Pitt's character Achilles is fighting Hector,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it's such a hard. I know it's like it's not a great movie.
It's a great movie.
No,
I love it, but like you don't know who to root for because
Yeah.
you love Achilles because he's fucking
Of
Brad
course.
Pitt, and you love Hector because he's a nice guy and it's fucking Eric Bana giving a
Yeah,
great
yeah.
performance, and they're both fighting. You don't want either of them to die. You're cool if either of them wins. I think that's what the finale of the show is going to be. John and Dany,
Dany.
both characters that we love, going at it.
But we're going.
I
again.
hope that
Is
that's
John-
what happens.
Is
No, no,
John
but
gonna fight for
We
it?
already set up. Yeah, John is gonna fight for it. We already
Yeah.
we're
But why?
setting up the Mad Queen.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, we're setting up the Mad Queen.
This episode.
But we're still gonna like her. She's the Mad Queen,
She's-
but we've seen her do enough good over the course of the series that we can't fully be
I
against
really
her.
think
Hey,
she's
and
gonna
we
go out as a
understand what
savior. I really think
Yeah.
she's gonna come to the limit of becoming this horrible person and end up like a villain, and at that she's gonna sacrifice herself because you need the redemption.
Yeah. Mhm.
When you cross a certain line, and the way they're setting up, they took away Missandei. You know,
Yeah.
she's about to sack the city. You have Varys. actively,
Against you.
when the spider goes against you, you go down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
exactly.
mean, Varys, when I know we're jumping ahead, Tyrion asked him, how many kings have you served? The answer is 4, and that's a lot, not counting.
Yeah, and he was like 5 or 6. So he was like, I don't know, 5, 6. I don't fucking remember, man.
Because the thing is, he fights for the realm.
Yeah.
exactly.
He's not loyal to anyone else. He's just loyal to, and he's been saying that for years, like seasons.
I mean, he's done Mad King,
Yeah.
Mad King Aerys, Robert
Joffrey.
Baratheon, Joffrey.
Tommen. No, he wasn't
No,
at
he
Tommen.
wasn't Tommen.
Do we skip
Yeah.
ahead a little bit? Let's skip ahead, then we'll go back to a few
Yeah,
things
yeah.
later. So,
The scene with Tyrion and Varys.
no, she makes Dany makes Jon promise not to tell anyone about his true lineage. He
Yeah.
tells Sansa
Sansa.
and Arya. We know Sansa tells someone right away. Then we move back to Tyrion and Varys.
Yeah.
We find out that about 8 people know.
Yeah.
So-
Which are the Starks brothers.
The Starks brother. It's more than 8.
Sam, Bran, Sansa, Arya, Jon,
Varys and,
Varys,
Tyrion.
Tyrion and Daenerys.
Daenerys, 8 people.
8 people.
And then when Varys leaves and tells him that he hints very clearly that he's going to support Jon.
He's gonna spread
No,
And
the
that's another scene. That's after scene.
That's their second.
That's when they're at Dragonstone. At
Yeah.
the
yeah,
throne.
yeah.
That's
And
later.
he tells him because he sees Dany willing to sack King's Landing.
Mhm.
and
go
do the
through
thing
the
she
people,
didn't want to do. She was like,
become-
no, I want to save innocent people. And now she's like, no, let them burn.
No, she said, I'm willing to save this realm despite of whatever comes ahead of me.
Mhm.
So Varys is like, okay, I don't fuck with that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do whatever. And that's when Tyrion is afraid of him. And I
Mhm.
love that. He's like, please.
Please
Don't
don't,
do it.
because he knows.
knows.
And then,
Tyrion
but
is-
Sansa also said you're afraid of her. So this is the first time where we really, Tyrion is afraid, and she is kind of crazy, and she is unhinged, and they should be afraid of her.
But I want to talk about Tyrion a bit here. Like, he doesn't want Daenerys to rule.
He does.
He does, but he's kind of scared of her, which doesn't
It's
make
like,
her great
It's like he
ruler.
emotionally wants her to rule, but intellectually and mentally he knows she's not fit to
yeah,
rule.
and now he has.
That's why he wants the whole Jon
Because-
And
Dany
now he's
couple.
turning. He sees
Yeah.
everyone around him turning and like, wait, are you sure she's stable? And he sees her kind of going crazy. He's like, wait, am I even like
Right.
When you're
convinced?
backing your horse and you like, Khalas, we gotta believe in it. We gotta stick to something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I believe in her. And Varys is like, I've seen a bunch of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, like all
You
signs
can't
point.
believe in them.
Like I've seen with them. He gave her a shot. He's
Yeah.
like, I served the realm, and I love that Varys
Yeah.
is back. It
Yeah.
is so good. That's such a big point in the episode.
And now we know why he didn't die in the 3rd episode. So I'll give episode 3 some credit. A lot of the people that they didn't kill
Should have died.
had a reason to stay around or got killed in this episode.
And the
Now,
thing-
do I still think? Am I forgiving episode 3? No. But Varys had a reason to be around,
I'm
and
gonna
we
give-
need him.
I'm gonna be a little geek. In the books, Varys, you read the books.
Yeah.
Varys has a Targaryen, a bastard Targaryen.
Yeah.
Not really a bastard.
Yeah.
He has a Targaryen child that he raised. That he
Then he-
wants to be the heir to the throne. He
Ah.
doesn't even trust Daenerys. In the book, he's like, he's the guy that I want to
Want-
put on the throne because I've raised him. I know how he is.
But he's
Yeah.
not his child.
No,
No,
He's,
he's
a
a
Targaryen.
Targaryen.
He
He's
saved.
a eunuch. Okay.
Basically, he sent Dany somewhere and he saved
Sent
this
another.
guy. But this guy he raised.
But is that guy also an heir to the throne?
Yes,
No.
he's technically is and technically isn't. It's complicated. It's like
Read the
everybody
books,
else.
yeah, it's like-
But what's cool about this is now Jon is becoming Varys's
Yes,
because
That okay?
the
Yeah,
person
yeah.
he
Character.
wants on the throne.
because Varys already made the decision when
Yeah,
Tyrion
yeah.
tells him please. Varys is like, I was as honest as I can be.
Yeah.
I made my choice. You pick yours.
Mhm.
And Tyrion is afraid of Varys because Varys
Yeah.
can take her down.
Yeah. Let's move a bit forward. They talked about strategy. Sansa was against going to King's Landing.
Can we
she
talk
was
about
right.
Sansa?
Okay, she has sass, but she's smart.
She's only sass.
She's smart. She
I'm-
told her, don't march to King's Landing.
I'm liking her. She's growing on
No,
me.
you know
Yeah,
what?
no,
she's
she's-
not. You know why? Because when you see scenes like Tyrion and Varys talking, Tyrion says exactly what I'm thinking. I'm not saying
Okay.
I'm such a genius, but he's logical.
Okay.
Tyrion says, let's marry them. Let's do this. Sansa is so unidirectional. I don't like her. I don't like her. To be
Yeah.
But Sansa-
She literally said,
Okay,
I
but-
hate the line that, I'm sorry. I hate the line, Arya killed the Night King. Yeah, fucking Arya. There was
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there was a line
The
of defense,
Dothraki, the
exactly, and
Unsullied.
she gave out her armies. But it's normal that Sansa doesn't trust Daenerys because
But doesn't
she's
she
not a
sound
Stark and
immature?
Not really.
But she
When
is.
you've
But
been
she
raped
is.
by
But
Ramsay
she is.
Bolton,
She is
I
immature.
think-
That's what we have to remember. She is still a child.
saw-
as she's way
Because
more
when-
mature
when
than
Batman,
she was.
When Batman says no, because you have Arya. When she says Arya's like, no, he's right.
Yeah.
We needed
But
her.
I didn't like
Yeah,
Arya.
she's extreme. She definitely is extreme. But I still really like. I like her role in the conflict between Jon and Daenerys. I think she plays a very
Guys,
important in between.
Do you feel like Arya's gonna go in King's Landing, kill Cersei, and everyone's gonna?
No, that would just
the
suck.
job is done.
If she kills Cersei, that's like.
But I like how the Hound and
You know what I
Arya
think?
are going back to King's
know what I
Landing
think?
for their own like personal vendetta.
I think
Yeah.
it's
They,
gonna
like,
be
fucked with the
personally.
world.
I think she's gonna. I'm sure she's gonna kill a big villain. Definitely not Cersei. That's Jaime or Tyrion for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've been wrong before, right? I think Mountain is gonna kill the Hound, and she's gonna kill the
No,
Mountain. Yeah, I think
that's gonna be
Clegane Bowl is gonna go
sad.
wrong.
Okay, so let's
Clegane
just.
Bowl. Let's talk about Clegane Bowl.
Clegane Bowl needs-
is happening.
I've tweeted it.
Kane versus Undertaker.
Yeah.
WWE WrestleMania.
If it's not a WWE like SmackDown
We
cage
don't want
match,
it.
what is this gonna be? Like, how can this live up
it's
to?
fucking happening. Like he said,
Yeah.
I have unfinished business. And he
Y'all
wrote
motherfuckers
out.
better wrestle. There needs to be some tag team shit going on, like
Arya and Qyburn.
chairs. I want chairs and shit. You know, like everything.
Let's just wrap up what happened. There was the battle scene on the sea.
No,
What-
before John was sent. It ends at the end. There was like before John is sent to Urut Mishwar, he's put in a position between his two sisters and Dany.
Yeah.
And you know, like you said, Dany has a plan. Sansa disagrees. John stands with Dany because John said to Dany, and you can tell, and Varys noticed that Dany broke John.
Yeah.
He's bending to her will.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
want to be
doing any-
king. You're my queen. You're my
But
queen.
that's the thing because he loves her, and I think it's kind of he's kind of remembering Ygritte, and he wants to give her.
He's Ned Stark.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
thing. He's Ned
That's
Stark.
exactly that.
And he's who? He's his fucking dad.
Yeah.
His dad died because of love.
Yeah. True.
Rhaegar
Rhaegar.
died because of love. Because he loved Lyanna no matter what. He burned
Good.
down the kingdom just for Lyanna.
Yeah. No, it's
I'm liking the tension that's.
it's
building
very
up.
clear that
So,
Daenerys
I
is the
don't know.
clear, like, Cersei's obviously the Hitler of the show, but Dany is the second villain, and she either needs to die a villain or redeem herself and die at the
When
end.
Tyrion told Cersei, "You're not a monster," I'm like, "Motherfucker,
No, she is.
you're not a
Yeah.
monster."
You've been saying Tyrion says the things that like you think about. I think Tyrion is still my favorite character, I think, and he was always my favorite character
But
on
I
the show.
think he's getting weaker.
He's gotten dumber as the show has
Yeah.
gone on, man.
Like who tries?
I think
to
like the writers
persuade
don't know what to do
Cersei?
with him anymore.
I think they
How
don't.
many times do you try to persuade Cersei?
Cersei.
How did he like? I'm like watching. I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like
No, I think
seriously,
he just-
again for the 100th time.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
think they're trying. Or they're
But
They
she
don't know
could've
what to do
killed
with
him.
Tyrion. Honestly,
I wanna know
he's
why-
kind of an idiot in like 4 last seasons.
Yeah, it's true. But I don't know why she didn't kill him. It bugs me. She could have killed him right there. She could have pushed Missandei.
She
and
could have killed the whole army when they're walking away and
The-
the dragon is sitting right
the
there.
whole scout patrol. Of
It's
6
like
people.
kill him. It's like she has honor.
Okay.
She doesn't give a
I think
fuck.
big death in the
Mount the
episode before.
Oh my god,
Not Missandei.
Rhaegar,
I'm sorry.
the dragon.
Rhaegar is gone.
Oh my god, I was so blindsided by that. I screamed
but
so
didn't
bad.
you see it coming?
No, I didn't.
Hello, because
no,
we need
no.
to. You know,
No,
the
not-
Game of
not
Thro-
this way.
Game of Thrones recently have been doing something very dumb, which is evening the fields all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
Like whenever there's a villain, they
Yeah,
cut down
yeah.
the size exactly the number of, like 2 dragons, too much.
Yeah.
1 dragon,
Might,
we'll do it.
but it's still one dragon. I don't know.
Yeah. It's look.
it's
We have no
just-
reason to be attached to these dragons. They're huge lizards. They're scary. There's nothing cute about them. But just the fact that there's only 3 magical beings like these
That's
in this
Viserion,
world.
right?
Yeah.
There's only 3 of them. I know. I mean, they're awesome, but like they're not cute. Like you know what I mean?
It was so heartbreaking the way he died.
Because you know the value of one
Oh my
dragon. It's like when
God.
you're playing a board game. You have that one piece that's worth 1,000 little pieces.
Yeah.
They just took out a
1,000
massive
pieces.
piece.
No, and I
But
wanna,
they needed the piece.
So,
they have no
you know,
army
you
left.
feel that impact.
Captain Jack Sparrow took him out.
Captain Jack Sparrow. I don't hate
Hey,
Euron.
ladies.
He hates him.
I'm just gonna put a
I don't.
baby in you.
I like Euron. I like how how much he looks like a fucking like Theon, like a Greyjoy.
Yeah.
He looks like Theon's dad or
But
some
did
shit.
he have to be the one shooting the shit?
No, but
No, because let's
They-
face it. In
but
the
they-
books,
they don't
in the-
have any villains left, and we didn't spend enough time with him for us to
To-
love him. I'm sure if he had one more season,
But
we'd
it's
be
more
on
than that.
board.
In
You
the
remember
books-
you're on in the books.
in the books, he has power, and I think they want it because they
In
didn't
the
have
books,
time.
he's like a priest. He wants.
This
to-
isn't the books, y'all.
No.
I don't
No,
want to
no,
be
no,
that,
I'm
but
just
this
saying-
is not the books.
But if they
But
were
don't
going
put
for
him
the
in.
vibe he has in the books he has a lot of power. He has like this big
This
horn
horn, I
that
heard
controls
about
the,
that. Yeah,
the
yeah.
dragons. So right now they can't really push a lot of information in the series because we
Yeah,
still
no,
have
no.
3 episodes. But he's the dragon slayer, the dragon shooter, the
God.
dragon dark.
Hey, he's more effective than the Night King and his million undead.
Look, he did more damage than they took down. Arya and the Mountain are coming. So by the time Arya gets there, she does her
Hound.
ninja jump.
Yeah, it's done.
That's like, what's the
Other
like? How are they
dragons.
gonna take down King's Landing with 12 people? Like, what's the army?
No, the army is coming.
No.
What
they're
army?
having a-
Hey, army.
Nick, they-
The
Mommy,
Northern-
they keep saying the army's
Listen,
coming.
we're-
Weren't the Northerners
we felt-
fighting in Winterfell?
Sadly, I wanna explain something that people need to accept, is you as well. Game of Thrones became a TV show. It wasn't.
Yeah,
At
it
some
wasn't. That's
point,
why we
was
loved
not.
it.
When it was the
No.
Red Wedding, when it was
Yeah.
Ned Stark dying season 1, it was not a TV show. Now it's not a TV show.
Okay.
Should be seen with TV shows.
The good guys one.
Everything is loosey-goosey.
And
We saw the Dothrakis die, all of them. All their lives were هلا طلع صار في Dothraki army. The Dothraki.
There was like 11 of I
No,
saw
no,
11
no.
of them running
He said
back.
half of them.
yeah,
Oh,
because
half.
they came
Half.
back.
No, no,
How
that's
they
But
came
did.
back.
Yeah,
They came
no.
back.
لك لا راح يتقلق
Did they
the
turn
first-
off their هيدا? Did they do this?
No, بس وقت احترقوا they ran back. Majora and Ghost were with them.
But didn't all the Northerners fight in Winterfell and كلهم ماتوا? Now,
Yeah.
like the army from there were more hiding. Like,
Yeah.
No, no,
No, مش كلهم
But you
ماتوا بس
gotta
ماتوا
agree
نصهم.
that
إنه إذا ما مات Jamie و
the
Brienne
damage
أكيد-
the damage we saw at Winterfell. Now when they had the table, everybody lost half.
Yeah.
Just half.
It's like
Well,
that.
that seemed like more personally.
Yeah.
I'm shocked there's more Dothraki. I'm
Yeah.
shocked there's more wild.
Unsullied.
The Vale keeps being brought up. Like fucking Vale, there's like 20 of them with.
Yeah, like
Like, fuck the Vale.
but at this point, I really don't see Daenerys like as a threat at all. Like Cersei's got all the advantages.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
got all them scorpions. Like they killed that dragon like that.
Yeah, it was
neck
fast.
shot, head shot, and like belly
Yo,
shot
but our
on a
people-
moving boat. Now they're set up on a
Anthony,
fucking
our
wall.
people got the script armor, yo.
The
Script
script-
armor.
yeah, yeah, the
That doesn't.
plot armor,
Did
man.
anyone?
armor.
I
It's
wasn't
fucking,
sad for Miss Sunday. I don't know why. I thought I'd be sadder.
I think she's a very like I like Grey Worm, but Missandei is such a wooden
What's the
character.
inodore,
Yeah.
incolore?
Sans odeur, sans saveur.
Yeah, she really is. She's been pointless from the beginning.
No, she's
Yeah, she's not pointless, but anyway. Is there anything else, by the way? Because
Find me one person whose Missandei is their favorite character.
comment
I'll
if
pay
Miss
you
Sunday is your
$100.
favorite character.
You're not.
I won't.
You know, you're not just thirsty over her. That's something else. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, no,
That's
she's
first.
beautiful, but like your favorite character. Like
No,
you have
it's
a
not,
poster
no.
of her
Yeah, yeah.
clothed.
Edmund the Black. What was his family name? Edmund Black. I forgot.
I
his
know
family name.
Edmund.
Goede.
Braun. Yeah, Braun, that was weird. That-
I was actually scared because somebody spoiled the episode for me, wrongfully. But I hate you.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. By the way.
Hilarious prankster.
Hi. Anyway, so I was actually scared. I felt like Jamie or Tyrion could have died at any second in that scene. I was so stressed, and I didn't like the way he handled the whole thing. I thought he'd still have a bit more loyalty.
It didn't
every
felt-
time he goes
Yeah,
to
it's
make
like,
a
who
deal,
pays
like we'll
me?
give you more. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it didn't feel like he's been through that negotiation with the Lannisters before. I thought at this point he's their friend. Like I knew
Yeah.
the twist they would play was like, but you thought he was their friend, but he's
But
actually going to
not.
kill them for money. Even that was either save him and have him kill them by
He had
surprise.
such a good theory, like Bronn trying to kill Jamie and he
Then
kills
kills
Brienne.
Brienne.
Some
Yeah.
cool shit like that.
I mean, that could still happen.
That could still happen, or Bronn killing Jamie after Jamie killed Cersei.
But it didn't feel true to Bronn. Like I know Bronn is a sleazebag, but he proved over and over again that he's Jamie and Tyrion's
Tyrion's
friend.
Doesn't it bother
But
And
you?
he's
just for the
not.
plot, for the sake of the plot, let's turn him into a villain again. 'cause-
Speaking about Brienne, doesn't it bother you that a lot of characters got happy endings? Like 80
Literally.
plus percent. Panjat, like we got Tormund going back with
the Northerner.
And
girl.
Ghost.
with the wildlings, you know. You have,
Yeah,
wildlings.
wildlings.
You have what's his name?
Sam and Gilly
have
and
a
their
kid.
child.
They're living in
Woo.
Winterfell, مبسوطين.
Winterfell?
Yeah.
He didn't send them north. No.
No.
I didn't mind Sam and Gilly surviving. I'm cool with Tormund living. Although I would have liked to see Tormund fighting. Like, why would you send away one of your most powerful
Yeah.
Because he's not meant
warriors?
to fight the war of the Seven Kingdoms. He's a wildling. Get it? No. And
He's been خلاص. I thought we gave that
بس
shit
ما هو
up.
بده. Okay, predictions. Next episode, what's gonna happen? Go.
We're gonna have a fight. Dany versus Cersei. Jon is gonna join them. They're going to beat Cersei. Cersei's gonna die somehow. Jaime is gonna die somehow. Then episode 6, Jon versus Daenerys. That's the final episode. That is how we end Game of Thrones, and we make up for that debacle.
I want to add more death. Grey Worm is gonna die next episode.
For fuck's sake, like Grey Worm died.
His wife died. He can die now. Yeah, let him be with her in
The
the
scissoring
beach.
system.
The Unsullied are not gonna live and fucking like,
prosper. He can't even have bear
But
children.
I think Daenerys is gonna do a dick move where she actually burns the people, so people won't accept her as a leader, even if she wins the throne.
Well, if
and
she
that's gonna sparkle the whole
but
Jon Dany thing.
If she does that, she will become irredeemable, and then you are kind of forcing the audience to pick
Pick
Jon.
Jon.
I want it to be more interesting than that.
It won't
I don't
be.
want her to go full
But-
villain.
But even if the audience
So that I'm
picks
torn.
Jon, she could still sit on the throne.
Daenerys,
Get it?
Yeah, but
I'm always treated to be like the most like pretentious, you know.
بس نشوف فهمك داني.
No, yeah, I know, and I have a lot of people like Dany, go smooth. It's just okay. That's me. Daenerys is going on a very classic hero's journey of she wants the throne. She wants the throne more than anything. She's gonna get the throne, but lose her humanity. And that's she's gonna get there, and she's gonna be irredeemable.
Okay.
And then it's either redemption of like either sacrificing
Like,
herself, or maybe they might end it interestingly, which I think keep her on the throne, but make her like she killed Jon by mistake or
And
something
Arya's
like
gonna
that.
have to pick with either killing the mountain or Cersei.
Arya, they need to make her like Deadpool. Like she kills the whole
Yeah.
universe. But Arya kills the Game of Thrones universe.
But the reason why I want Daenerys to be redeemable is for that Jon Dany fight to have sort of an emotional impact. If it's just Jon fighting someone who you know is evil,
Yeah, it's not gonna be.
it's going to be too easy to pick a side. I want Hector and Achilles
But what if
again.
Daenerys is
I want,
pregnant?
I don't want to know who to pick between the two.
But if
That's
Daenerys-
even cooler.
Yeah, so
Like,
will he fight his
I want to
child?
feel conflicted
You'll pick
while the
Dany
two are
over
fighting.
Jon? Who's
No,
gonna pick?
but if
I
she's
pick
pregnant,
Dany.
I don't want him to kill her.
Yeah.
Like I'd want, you know what I mean? I want to feel conflicted. If it's too easy for me to be like, I want Jon to kill her, it's not fun. I want it to be super gray and confusing. That is, I think how they should do it.
I think the show already hinted that we're not getting Jon and Dany anymore.
Together, yeah.
Because they
I don't
said
think
like
so.
they said Aunt, he's not gonna be like he's not cool with that.
And
Yeah,
Tyrion
yeah.
keeps
Clearly.
pushing, and everybody's against the marriage.
One quick thing, Tyrion a couple times goes like, "How about we just marry them?" I don't like the reason they used to just
The
not have
incest.
that as an option. Like, look, Northerners aren't cool with incest. Is that enough of a reason for them not to discuss it further? For Jon not to be like, not to reach? Like, I found that to be, look, the Northerners aren't cool with incest.
That's always
Genetics.
been.
I'm cool with
Isn't
it,
cool.
but is that enough of a reason?
Targaryens are historically.
But
Yes,
but
the viewers have gotten used to incest. We've said it many times on this show.
no,
We're all cool with incest in Game of Thrones.
But it's not gonna happen because Jon loves Dany, but Dany loves the throne more than Jon.
I just wish maybe if there was a scene between Jon and Dany, like, yo, let's share it, and she tells him no, or something. Not just
But she
Varys
can-
assuming.
But
we
she
already
did
got
propose
that.
that. She's like, "Don't tell anyone. We'll get married, and we will both."
That's just
rule."
like, I don't want it. No, yeah, you like, don't tell anyone. I wanted to be like, what if I did want it, and what if I decided to share it? I wanted her to sort of be like,
I think I already got my fill because I was the guy asking for that. But I think we got our fill with Varys saying she wouldn't share it, and we saw her not sharing it. Like she literally told Jon, hide it till the day you die.
I guess if she wanted to share, she could have proposed it herself. Like, why don't we share?
And Jon
Yeah.
already betrayed her by telling everybody. And
Yeah,
and
she's
the
not gonna be
fact-
cool with that.
It doesn't matter that Arya knows. It doesn't matter that anybody knows. It only matters that Varys knows.
Yeah.
Because
Because he's the one who's
already-
gonna
he's
spread
like,
it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
fuck shit up.
Yeah, he's
I'm
gonna
done.
spread that shit.
Oh yeah, and that's my prediction. Varys is gonna fuck shit up. He's
Yeah.
gonna. If Jon is not gonna make a move for the throne, Varys is gonna make it.
Yeah, Varys is
Okay.
spreading the. So while they're fighting Cersei, Varys is going to be doing his thing. Episode 6 comes around. There are riots in the streets. People want Jon on the throne, and him and Dany are
Dude,
going at it.
Varys can go get Sansa and the Knights in the Vale because they keep,
Yeah.
If they make if Varys go gets the Northerners to
It's
back
done.
Jon up.
It's done.
Now,
Okay.
I'll go back on what I said at the beginning. After talking about it for 40 minutes, Game of Thrones is back. I'm back on the wagon. I want to watch 5 and 6.
See you.
Let's forget about the Night King.
Okay.
I'm over it. Hey y'all, Anthony here. So I said that I was back on the wagon yesterday, and I couldn't sleep well because I was like, am I fully back on the Game of Thrones wagon? Look, I'm confused, okay? I still think this episode is a lot better than episode 3, but I'm still not 100% back on board with Game of Thrones, but it is promising. Now the real question is, John, why ain't you petting Ghost? He's a good boy. Pet the damn dog.
Can I give the Night King a eulogy?
What?
Look at me, camera. What's his name? Dan and the other guy?
Benioff and Weiss?
Benioff and Weiss. You said in an interview that one of them's Dan. They said that we're gonna know about the White Walkers in a prequel. Suck my dick. Okay? Nobody cares. I don't care about him now. I don't want to know how when he was younger, the young Night King.
Yeah.
Like,
fuck your prequel. We don't want it. I don't want it.
Fuck your prequel.
Guys,
I don't want it.
we have a date with Sapochnik.
And fuck Bran. Bran.
Sapochnik lick, الشاky cam, والediting, the first 25 minutes of
At least
episode
we'll
5.
know it's gonna be sunny.
Yeah, you keep it sunny, man. I don't want no more night shoots. You keep that shit sunny, steady cam, wide shots, alright, slow takes. Alright, take it easy. I want to enjoy. 2 episodes left. خلينا نشوفهم.
Is the last episode Sapochnik or
Last episode is not.
No. Last episode I think is Benioff and Weiss.
Oh yeah. It's
The
Benioff and
showrunners
Weiss,
always
yeah.
direct the final episode of
It's
any
true.
show.
It's true.
I'm pretty sure so.
That was a farewell
Episode
to
6
Nutter.
is gonna suck some dick.
No, bye.
Stop
The
putting
dip.
the dip.
The dip.